Assassin's Creed is back with a new setting, new characters, and a new time period. Here's everything you need to know. Hey, you're watching Logitech G at E3. I'm Matt, I'm here with Louise, who's been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Louise, did you have a nice time?
I had a very nice time. I had such a nice time. I'm so excited that I might actually burst, so we should probably talk about Assassin's Creed already. It wouldn't be nice in the hall of E3 to just explode.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, just ask me questions now. Let's go. Let's do it.
Tell us about the new Assassin's Creed game. What do people need to know?
So the thing about a new Assassin's Creed game is everyone wants to know who the assassins are, what the time period is, and when it's set. So we've got Alexios and Cassandra. They are Spartans, and interestingly, this is 300 years before Assassin's Creed Origins. So Origins was apparently the start of the Creed, so it's really cool that we're going back even further. We're going back to Spartans. There's a conflict between Sparta and Athens, so they're in the midst of that. Assassin's Creed loves to be in the middle of one particular war. In this, you're a neutral mercenary, and the nice thing is, you can choose who you play as. So instead of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which had dual protagonists, you had to switch between them, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you pick to play as Alexios or Cassandra, and you choose to play them for the whole game, so that's really exciting. Another incredible thing about new Assassin's Creed is you've now got dialogue options. So instead, previously you were travelling through history, you had very much your set path. Now that has completely changed for this. We're going into full-on RPG territory, and you can now choose exactly what happens. So I went through a cutscene. I feel like, you know, you watch an Assassin's Creed cutscene, but suddenly there's a dialogue option coming up, and you could be inflammatory, or you could be calm, or you could be neutral. So even being able to choose this, and these aren't just arbitrary selections, these will change the way that people act, they will change the way quests work, so everything you do matters. So that's a huge step forward for the series. Origins gave us an RPG. That was, you know, we had more quests, we had instead of a mini-map full of things to do, we were discovering things, we were uncovering new areas, but now you have all of that, but on top of it you're affecting this world, you're making choices, and you can have romance options. For the first time, Assassin's Creed has a romance option. So, and it does not matter whether you're playing Alexios or Cassandra, you can romance male and female characters throughout, so you can be entirely the assassin you want to be, which is just such a big step forward for the series. But then, you know, it's not just about this RPG, so this RPG element, you've also got new elements in the fact that you can, previously you could select weapons in Origins, now you can do even more with these weapons. You can customize them, you can engrave them, you can choose the way you play even more. But when it comes to combat, there's even more changes. So you've got this kind of interesting, supernatural, almost mystical equipment. Well, actually, before I get onto that, there's no hidden blade. So instead, because the hidden blade isn't there, because the assassins aren't a thing yet. We're hoping it's going to come in at some point, because we do have a link to the past with the hidden blade from Origins. They said, oh, it was used to kill Xerxes back 300 years ago. What a coincidence, now we're in ancient Greece. But when you start Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you don't have a hidden blade, you have this exciting spear. Now what this spear gives you is exciting supernatural abilities almost. So you might have seen it in the trailer, but you can kick people into oblivion. So obviously I chose Cassandra, and what you can do is, once you've built up a certain amount of ability points, so halfway you're going through combat, you're hitting people, the more XP you build up this bar, and suddenly you unlock these abilities. So you can kick. I love doing it. It was great. It was properly like a Wonder Woman moment of smashing people into the distance. But interestingly, they've upgraded regenerating health, so actually you have to heal yourself with these abilities too. So there is a point where you can press a button, and it's on the face buttons, or if you're playing on console, to actually heal yourself mid-battle. So it's an interesting step forward from medicine, which we've had at some points during Assassins. We've also had regenerating health. Now we've got this interesting combination of regenerating, but also this self-healing ability. So being through combat, it makes it that little bit more strategic, so you're dodging all the time because you don't have a shield. So Cassandra has this ability to literally yank a shield off an opponent and then hit them with it in the neck, and they'll go flying, and that way they've not got their shield anymore. But it's finding these new ways to play, and it did take a little bit to get used to after Bayek's combat, which did move the series forward. You have light and heavy attacks instead of just Assassin's Strange combat, but now you have this even richer arsenal of ways to play, which genuinely just made me feel like Wonder Woman. I felt like I was playing the best Wonder Woman game. It's new and fresh, and the world is absolutely beautiful too. So this is you're in Athens, you're in islands, archipelagos, and this is an evolution of the naval stuff as well. So previously in Origins, you only got to be in a boat a little bit, but now this is much more like Black Flag. You get onto your ship, you can fast travel to your ship, which is full of people, you know, banging drums and singing. So it's ancient Greek sea shanties are here. So you can jump into your boat. You know, you can stand. You don't even have to. Well, she's not holding a ship's rudder. She's literally shouting to go faster, and you're heading out into this glowing blue islands in Greece. And it's taken everything from Origins in terms of look. That it's quite similar in a lot of ways. It's taken a lot of systems, but we're in a whole new country. So it's rich with statues and shipwrecks, and it feels like you are, once again, for an Assassin's Creed game, you are in history. And I think it's important to note that we could have had, you know, people say, oh, it's every year. Now, this is a game that's coming out on October 5th this year. It has been a year since Assassin's Creed Origins. But what people have to remember is Ubisoft is made up of multiple different studios. So it's actually Ubisoft Quebec and the creative director of Syndicate that's doing this, Marc-Alexis Cote, who has been working on this since Syndicate. And you know, they got that extra year when Origins was delayed by a year. So this is a huge world. This is a world that you're going to take hours to explore. I barely saw the surface of it. I played for an hour. I'm going to play again before the end of E3 because just try and let someone stop me. But this world is multi-layered in new ways. And finally, but before we stop, everything in this world used to be you would go and do quests and you would unlock bosses and things that way. But now everything has power and control. You want to take control of places, so you can take down the power of an island by taking down surrounding places. So you're playing with the control of each area. I was only on one island, but there's you have an effect on the world as well. So the more people you kill, the more chaos you cause. You've not got the Creed now, you can kill anyone. Everything is permitted here, literally. I killed a stack of people and a bounty hunter arrived. So I killed the bounty hunter, which was exciting, you know, as you do, but that staves them off for a while. But you could also pay off your bounties. It's now much more of a living world. This is an active RPG that you're having an effect on the world, and I had an effect on it, and I was only in there for 10 minutes killing people. So everyone is going to cause complete chaos, but it still feels like an Assassin's Creed game, and I think that's the important thing. It feels like Origins, but better. You've got abilities, you've got skills, you have your eagle. Now that's interesting how that's going to come in to the lore thing. I'm not going to dive into that, but so if you played Origins, you'll feel right at home here, and it's just an enriched, more exciting version of that, and I cannot wait to play more.
I'm getting that impression, you know, just a little bit.
I've not let you talk once, but that's how this should be. You're watching gameplay, you don't want to hear, well, you want to hear Matt, you want to hear me.
Definitely not.
No, that's mean.
So please let us know if you've got any questions about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, pop them in the comments below and Louise will endeavour to answer them. Give this video a like if you learned anything new, and subscribe to Logitech G for more videos straight from the E3 show floor.